Boo 7. This is Dabu 7. A heads up for folks out west and really for folks all in all. A water shortage is coming. It just seems rather obvious that when you have individuals out here that can control the weather and control all these things and are control freaks, that at some point this is in the cards. Just like massive hurricanes and other massive systems that we know that they control. This is no different. And when you can take an area and you can turn it into a barren wasteland with no water whatsoever, it will change everything greatly. Now, these lakes that are out here, like Mead, these are large man-made lakes that were put here as reservoirs to collect water so that they could get water to the people in these larger cities, people in Arizona and in Nevada. Now they are projecting that this region is going to see an area of extreme lows. And I can guarantee you there's going to be many people that get caught off guard by this and that don't see this coming. No matter how many warnings we put out, even them stating that the West should prepare for the first ever water shortage declaration by the feds ever. And they're saying that the Hoover Dam is at risk. Now, this dam and this whole system not only provides water for people, but the power from the dam itself generating a ton of power for those people as well. So when this thing runs dry, not only does the water run dry, the power runs dry too. Not so sure people are wrapping their head around this fully, the extent of this. I'm going to break this down further though in the next live stream because we have to talk about these things. It's inevitable, it's coming, and it's going to affect large amounts of people. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern on DLive. That's where it's going down, uncensored. You'll find links below.
Does your phone battery seem to drain faster?
Hey, Shalom Akim, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect, noise in the gospel broad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. It's the Aki of Mahaloya coming back with another lesson. Lord's will to be edifying. Oh man, this is crazy, right? That was a video by Dabu 7 going into western U.S. states prepare for first ever water shortage declaration. Now, he made interesting points in that because he broke down the whole concept and like you got people that control the weather, they control the water, control freaks. But what kind of fucking devil wants to control the water supply to starve people out and to, to thirst people out of reasoning? And the answer to that question is Esau. Because he's the only one that comes up with diabolical shit like that. It proves that this man has to go down immediately, man, all right? Because it's getting to the point that the whole planet Earth is getting ready to implode within itself because the resources are dried up, ecosystems are destroyed, people's minds are twisted, all right? All types of crime. You got Jake feeling like they got the kingdom of heaven, they got the victory, all because this guy Derek Chauvin got quote-unquote convicted of George Floyd's murder, which the nigga might not even be dead for real. All right, and on top of that, the reason why they appeared to give this man some time in prison is because they didn't want any riots. And that's another way of putting you back to sleep. But yet, a 15-year-old girl just got shot 5 times in the chest. And noticing how they're releasing all these videos now, videos that surfaced last year, all of a sudden the police departments are releasing of Jake getting killed. Why you think they doing that? Because they're trying to stir the hornet's nest. And this is the Most High showing you to wake the hell up. But anyway, that's a video for another time. But this is prophecy, all right? Because it says here, as the man-made lakes which store water for millions of people in the western United States are projected to shrink to historic lows in the coming months. And how are they going to do that? They're going to drain them. Okay, they may dry them out. However they're going to do. They're going to do it because what they need people to do is come under this NWO. All right, if they get people to come under the NWO, then, they can kind of control the supplies. But in order for people to come under that rulership, they're going to have to control supplies. But same time, this is the left hand of the Most High because these are the plagues that said to hit the earth. Because when you don't have water, hey, man, you can die. Like you can survive off wood. You can go without food, but you can't go without water. Like I believe the longest fast, if I'm not mistaken, people go up to 30 to 60 days without food, just on a water fast, just drinking water. And yeah, it may mess you up, but eventually, you kind of bounce back from it. And then your body realizes that the only thing you need is water. I mean, you need food, of course, but it makes up 70% of your body. So it makes sense that that's your survival mechanism. All right. But it says here, to shrink historic lows in the coming months, state officials prepare for what could trigger the first ever federally declared water shortage, which will prompt cutbacks in water usage in Arizona and Nevada, and water bills are going to be skyrocket. It says, according to the Associated Press, the U.S. Bureau of Reclamation's 24-month projections released this week's forecast that less water will flow through the Rocky Mountains, through the Lake Powell and Lake Mead, and into the southwest desert regions to the Gulf of California. Now, you notice when Gad was running the land, when Gad was on the land and living here in prosperity, we didn't have water shortages, man. Okay? They didn't have ecosystem that was destroyed. They didn't have a less of buffalo. But what happens when Esau comes over here? He destroys everything. He destroys population. He's polluting rivers. Like, it was to a point in time that you was able to drink out of the Little Calumet River in Chicago, in Indiana. The Missouri River, the Mississippi River. Now, should you even fish in that water, you're drop dead because of the toxic chemicals and the pollutants and the different elements that put in the water through this manufacturing, through this factory work. They're dumping all the shit and hazardous waste into the damn lakes, and into the oceans, and also into the rivers. But anyway, it says the two lakes are expected to suffer from water shortages that could threaten the supply of the Colorado River, which farms and sprawling cities rely on. But Lake Mead is projected to fall below 1,075 feet for the first time in June 2021, and a level which will trigger the shortage declaration of the agreements negotiated by 7 states, which are reliant on the Colorado River water, which is Arizona, California, Colorado, Nevada, New Mexico, Utah, and Wyoming. But that said, the April projections won't have any material effect unless conditions fail to improve. But in the case which the Bureau of Reclamation will declare a level 1 shortage condition, resulting in cuts that would take effect next January. All right, so Esau is planning this stuff. You see, and this is prophesied in the scriptures, matter of fact, because this is the book of 2nd Ezra 6, and let's start at verses 22. It says, "And suddenly should the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses should be suddenly found empty." That's your grocery stores. That's your box stores. That's your chain malls, or your what they call strip malls. Like, if you ever notice, like nowadays the developments, they have a Target, then you may have a Walmart across the street, and you got a grocery store, you got beauty supply stores, you may have a Foot Locker. All those is what they considered strip malls, so to speak, because it's basically a big building comprised of different stores. That's your storehouse that should suddenly be found empty. Your grocery stores, because I remember when this first hit last year, everybody was panic buying. There was no toilet paper. People was taking a lot of water because people, the 2-week lockdown, which the 2-week lockdown led into a year lockdown, into another year lockdown, etc. You see? But anyway, it says, "And a trumpet should give a sound, which every man heareth, and they should be suddenly afraid." And we're blowing the trumpet, but the reality of it is, you're not going to be taken by this until it happens, because that trumpet is going to really be when it actually hits you. You see what I'm saying? Shalakia. So it says here, "And the trumpet should give a sound, which when every man hear it, they should suddenly be afraid." Now they're seeing these articles coming out. People are on high alarm about it, but nonetheless, they're still living their lives in complacency. Why? Because in their mindset, they've heard doom and gloom, and in their mindset, this is the good old America. Things are going to bounce back. Things are going to be like it once was. And it's not going to happen. This world is forever changed, and it's ever changing, and it's going to continue to change. All right? And it says here, "And at that time, friends should fight one against another, and the earth should stand in fear with those that dwell therein." Right? Because people are going to get caught off guard by the said endeavors. You see, people going to be looking and asking and wondering, why the hell is this happening in the world? Why do we have a water shortage? Why is the storms happening? Why is this thing getting worse? Why the draconian measures are being casted down harder on the people? And they're going to start asking those things, But there's not going to be any answer because the prophets warned them. Okay, so when a water shortage come, when they start cutting off the supplies and the ships and so forth, you're going to start seeing people's pockets are hurt, man. But yet they didn't take heed to the voice of the prophets. Why? Because, hey, they didn't care about what we were saying. They only care about their lives and, living the good life. The summertime, let's go on vacation. Let's do X, Y, Z. That's all they worried about. You see, they're not worried about nothing else. And come this fucking nigga, man. That's one thing. You have a nigga supervisor. That's the worst thing you can have. Nigga don't even know how to do shit. Walking around with his chest out. Shalak Rayim to you, bitch ass nigga. Salakia, man. I'm just sick of Jake. I'm sick of this fucking place, man. I'm tired of Esau. I'm tired of Jake. I'm just tired of America, period. And the Lord, I can't wait till he destroys it. Because this clown, he come out here, because he only supervised 3 people. He come out here to see if his man out here so he can harass him, so he can look good in front of Esau. I found out the nigga got his job because he's always declaring racial discrimination or suing motherfuckers, man. That's how a lot of niggas scam. They try to sue and scam motherfuckers, man. That's how they get their positions. Yet this man don't even know how to run what they call this damn truck. And I'm kind of pissed off I had to come back to this fucking line of work, man. I ain't want to come back here, but you know what? Like I said, I'd rather be in a unfavorable predicament before I'm not safe. But this dude don't even know how to run the sweeper truck or this, whatever they call this fucking kettle truck. He don't know how to run it, but yet he said he was a supervisor over Jackson County City for 40 years. Get the fuck out of here. Nigga, you asking me how to run the damn truck, man. I just started working here. I've only been in this type of line of work about 3 years, and I already got more understanding on you than you've been here 40 years. So you fucking Jakes are jokes, man, all right? And may the Most High kill your ass. Anyway, Salakia, brothers, man. I just kind of got lost in the moment. But yeah, I feel like that. I'm just at the point of the hell with all this shit. Hell with these fucking jobs. The hell with Esau. The hell with this. Let's bring the good shit on already. Let's bring the Jacob's trouble. Let's bring the destruction already, man. So these people can suffer, man, and eat the fruit of their ways. Because I'm sick and tired of looking at you motherfuckers, man. All right? I'm tired of you people. And I pray the Most High destroy each and every last one of you demons that ain't right. Look at them out here. And it says here. And it says, and at that time, shall friends stand up and fight against one another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein, and the springs of the fountain shall stand still in 3 hours they shall not run. Right. It says the springs of the fountain shall stand still. You see? All right. And that's going back into this article right here. Water's shortage declaration. All right. Because they're going to put a patent on everything and they're going to ration everything out. And it says they should stand still 3 hours and they should not run. That just goes into a certain period of time. It says, whosoever remaineth from all these things that I've told thee should escape and see my salvation at the end of your world. Okay. And that's the time we're living in. And on top of that, the scriptures go into water and bread and oil are the things that a man need in his life. Let me see something. Wine, water, bread, wine. Water, wine. Because it was a scripture that goes into, that's basically what a man need in order to survive. Was water, honey, or something like that. Let me find that precept. Yep. And it proves that he's a devil because he's depriving people of those particular elements, those goods, those essentials, those necessities that they need. You see? So this is the book of Sirach 39. And I'm going to start at verses 24. It says, as his ways are plain unto the holy, so are the stumbling blocks unto the wicked. It says, for the good are the good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners. But the principal things for the whole use of men's life are water. All right? So who the fuck are you to put a patent on water, man? Who are you to short out water? All because you can. Yet the elites got everything that the heart's desire can wish. And that's in the scriptures. It said they have more than what the heart can desire. And yet you starving people out just from basic clean water. We got to have all this chemically purified and synthetic shit, man. That's giving you cancer. Bottled water gives you cancer over time. And we all got cancer. And it says, for the principal thing for the whole use of a man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil and clothing. These are the necessity things a man can survive off of, but he's depriving people of it, which proves he's nothing more but a freaking devil. You know? And all these things are for the good to the godly, so the sinners, they are turned into evil. And that's you damn devils, man. You know? Anyway, one more precept. Revelation 16:12, it says, and the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof is dried up. That's symbolically, and that's that's symbolically, and also that's physically, because now Euphrates is drying up. But on top of that, those policies and peace treaties that Esau Edom is trying to make with the Eastern Bloc, that's gonna run null and void, because USSR, or the Eastern Bloc versus the NATO and the EU nations, that alliance is gonna be broken. It says here, in the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared, all right, for the third world war. But anyway, with that, brothers, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. With that, Shalom and a Baba Ball.